Hello and welcome to Move Conversations. This is your host, Venkat. In this very special edition of Move Conversation, we are lending our support to TiE Singapore's campaign to raise $1 million to support India's fight against COVID. TiE is the India's Entrepreneurs, the well-known global network. To talk more about the fundraising campaign that we have with us today, Mr. Amit Gupta, President of TiE Singapore. Welcome to the show, Amit.
Well, thank you, Venkat, and thank you for inviting us and lining this up. It's such an opportune time.
Yeah, thank you, Amit. It's been our pleasure to do this for TiE's Noble Initiative. It's supported by IIT Alumni Association in Singapore, and I'm a member of the association as well as a former office bearer of the association. So, it's something which is all dear, which cause and initiative dear to all of us. So let's begin with a brief introduction to TiE and TiE Singapore. Many of the people may be knowing about it, but that could be a small portion of the audience who doesn't know about TiE Singapore.
So look, TiE is the world's largest entrepreneur investor foundation. It's a community of entrepreneurs and seasoned investors, as well as a number of industry captains who get together with a core focus on give back. And when we talk about give back, it's give back to help the entrepreneur ecosystem. Our focus is fostering the entrepreneur ecosystem, and we continue to run it as a volunteer organization. It's a non-profit, and we're privileged to have some very, very strong community of net givers who give their time, resources to TiE on an ongoing basis.
Oh, that's great. That's great to know. So what motivated you and others to think of, and roll out this Mission India campaign?
Look, I think there's a number of factors. Each one of us has a personal story, I'm sure, and I won't get into that, but I think this is a devastation that has touched many people. And it's not just the people from the Indian diaspora, because there's a lot of companies, multinationals, where people have lost colleagues in India. And we've seen natural disasters and I wouldn't undermine them ever. I mean, there's a lot of pain involved in this, but in this one, that pain heals. In this one, the pain is every day. There is no room for healing, and I think it runs really, really deep. And we felt that we can't just sit there and not do anything. There are so many people getting impacted, and we got together with our cohort. A number of people stepped up and said, "Hey, look, we should do something." When I called for it, and I was very fortunate. We realized we're a community of entrepreneurs.
Sure.
We know how to raise capital, we know how to deploy capital, and we know how to run and build and scale up very quickly. That's the experience that a lot of us have. So, we just went about it straight away. We put the vision in place. We worked the roadmap, reverse engineered the roadmap. We said, let's start with getting this seeded well. So we started with our retail campaign with a view that we wanted to culminate this into a large initiative. And basically that's how it all started. I think it was the entrepreneurial zeal that everyone had with the compassion to do something.
So give us a little more detail about both the Mission India campaign and also the one that you're, actively organizing for tomorrow. That is the I Breathe for India event. Sure. So what are the objectives? What are the targets?
So it's a very good question. For us, we're not experts. We're not an NGO. We're not experts in deployment or relief. We know what our strengths are. We were very clear from the start. There were 3 areas that we were going to focus on. The first one was going to be fundraise, because without the money, you can't actually achieve much. True. Whatever desire or intent we have, unfortunate reality is without the money, you can't achieve much. The second for us was identifying the right agencies to work with. We wanted to work with agencies, not just in sense that we send them the funds and then wait for something to happen. We wanted to be engaged with the agencies. We don't want to be telling them what to do, but we want to be engaged. We want to be collaborative. And the third was we wanted to make sure that we are able to leverage our ability to sort out the supply chain issue. We have so many entrepreneurs that are part of the TiE network globally, or part of our extended community globally, We should be able to find the right sourcing options overseas, the right sourcing options in India, and make sure that we're able to address, how do we connect them with the right agencies? How do we ensure that the last mile is taken care of? These were the three things we focused on. With that in view, everything that we're doing is under the Mission India umbrella. We started with the retail approach. With the retail approach, we have taken a multi-platform approach. We, spoke to Giving.sg. We spoke to Milap. Giving.sg, of course, is a very credible Singapore platform. Melissa Kui and her team have been phenomenal. They got clearances from the government along with the Red Cross to get everything organized. We've been speaking to the Red Cross and working with the Red Cross team very closely. And then we spoke to the Milap founders. We have a lot of people who are looking to give as part of the community outside of Singapore as well. Milap enables global fundraising. There are some tax exemptions that are offered in India and the US as part of the Milap platform. So that gives some additional ability for people to get more motivated. Not that anyone is looking for those benefits, but when companies do it, it gives them an additional incentive. And that's where we started off. And we made sure that we brought the right agencies with Red Cross and with Milap. We work with two very credible agencies, Swast, and the other one is Mission Oxygen. We have been, we have WhatsApp groups with all these agencies. We're constantly exchanging information, connecting them. And, I must say, being a community of entrepreneurs, we were very encouraged by what Mission Oxygen were doing out of India, a young set of entrepreneurs who put together a foundation in 2 weeks, and they raised so much capital. They're not looking for money. They're looking for ideas. They're looking for ways to ensure that they're able to fulfill their target for deployment. And they're doing some exceptional work. It's not just the oxygen concentrators, because what the need is in India is across many, many areas. You need to have oxygen concentrators, ventilators. You need BiPAP machines. You need to set up mini oxygen plants for the more short to mid-term approach. And these young guys from Mission Oxygen, when I spoke to them and we started doing due diligence on them, and I heard that they set up an oxygen plant within a span of a week in one of the public hospitals in Delhi, we were very encouraged. So that's that. And while all this was happening, we stayed focused on the larger fundraise. We know that the larger fundraise is not going to come from set of individual donors. Individual donors can step up, but if we really want to make an impact, it has to be bigger. So we made Mission India a TiE global mission. We took it to the board. We made it a TiE global mission. There was a lot of impetus within TiE, the various chapters, to do something. And we managed to galvanize the entire community to make this one global initiative. And at the same time, we were fortunate to get a seed donor from within the TiE community. And I was able to secure $1 million as a seed donor. We were able to Give India on board, which is the biggest platform in India, and they had run a celebrity fundraiser the week before, which was actually orchestrated by one of the board members on our TiE Singapore chapter, Rajiv Vastav. It was hosted by Jay Shetty and a whole bunch of Indian origin celebrities out of the US. They raised $4.6 million, and we were very, very motivated. So we spoke to a few celebrities. We were fortunate that Lara and Shamal really took this on. They came on board. They galvanized the celebrity community, the icons in India, and it was orchestrated in 48 hours. And it looks all set to be a multi-million-dollar fundraise. We're already sitting over a couple of $1 million.
Yeah, and I saw some more celebrity names like Amitabh Bachchan, Abhishek Bachchan, Ashwin. Sri Ravi Shankar, and quite people from different walks of life, leaders from different walks of life. Wonderful. So you explained what Mission Oxygen is doing. Couple of other things that you will do, in what would be the impact of the donation beyond Mission Oxygen. What are the few things that you guys are thinking so that our donors, prospective donors who are watching this, hearing this, can know, okay, here when I contribute, these are the areas where I will be supporting directly, indirectly, and so on.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So for us, as I said earlier, the focus really is, we can't see what the long term is, but we can talk about the immediate term, the short term, and the midterm. And I separate immediate and short term. Right? Immediate is really what's needed today. And if it's oxygen concentrators, if it's oxygen cylinders, that's fine. We focus on that. In the short term, it should be, in our view, more longer term solutions. You need
Right.
ventilators, you need many oxygen plants. There are so many cities, ever since I launched this with the team here, we have so many people reach out to us from India, people who are, from different walks of life, and they're saying, look, they're talking about their cities and the challenges in those cities. I'll give you an example. There is a city in Madhya Pradesh called Satna, which is
Yeah.
the largest cement manufacturing location in Asia. But the problem in that city is you've got huge wealth disparity because you've got the industrialists who've got the wealth and you've got so many workers. And as a result, they don't have the right infrastructure. The hospitals don't have oxygen plants. In fact, he sent me pictures, and I won't name him. He's a very successful industrialist himself. He sent me pictures. He said, our hospital doesn't even have the testing machine. They have the machine, but there's no kits. So there are a lot of these gaps that have to be looked at. And, we want to focus on that. There are more in the midterm as well. We want to focus on recovery and rehabilitation as well. What about the kids that have lost both their parents? What do we do with that? So in fact, you know, so the things that we've done is we have made sure that there is a strong audit process. All of the partners that we're working with have a very strong audit process. Give India is, they're audited by one of the big four. They have a very, very strong board, and they've given us visibility into what they're going to do. We are going to get reports from them. We want to make sure, especially with all the celebrities involved, there's a lot of reputations at stake. They want a lot of visibility and clarity, and that has all been achieved over the last 1 week as well. So our goal is, of course, the transparency is going to be there. It's very, very critical. But our goal is, how do we fulfill what the gap is right now, which is oxygen supplies, but build a stronger infrastructure to take care of it in the midterm, and also to focus on other humanitarian aid.
Great goals, Amit. I mean, and I can see that the impact that you're looking at is deep, not just broad, right? So that's great to know. So what's your appeal and to the prospective donors and call for action? What should they do?
I would just say, first of all, I'm just so grateful to people who are giving in different ways. People are doing what they can. Almost everyone is doing what they can and within their own capacities. Some are giving funds, some are giving their time, some are bringing resources to this. And for that, we're really grateful. I can assure you now, over the last 1 week, the entire might of TiE globally has put its weight behind this. It's not just TiE Singapore anymore. It's the entire TiE community. In fact, just before I joined you, Venkat, I was on a call with the TiE Mumbai team. Yesterday, I have probably had 3 or 4 calls with different clusters of different chapters. We have got our TiE presidents across the world on a call yesterday for a brainstorm session to understand more, get more clarity with Lara and Shamal as well. So, we have TiE has its TiECon going on at the moment. That's the largest entrepreneur event globally running in Silicon Valley. They're pushing for this. They are promoting Mission India 100%. I'm so encouraged by how this community just really knows how to step up, not just in Singapore, but globally. So my appeal would be, give generously whatever you can. We all have our limitations. We are all contributing in different causes. Obviously, we know we want to do the best we can, whether it's funds, whether it's your time and resources to any initiative you want to support. It doesn't just have to be Mission India. It could be anywhere, but do what you can, do it generously, and do it with the sincerity of your heart.
Thank you. Friends, I join Amit in appealing to all of you to support TiE's Breathe for India campaign. TiE is working with very credible partners, as Amit talked about, for ground logistics, last mile delivery in India. They need your generous support. It's not only the big donors; it is all many of us small donors who can who want to do many things but don't have the resources, don't have the access. TiE is bringing us those things. Actually, I donated soon after TiE Singapore launched this campaign here in Singapore. Now I will donate some more, so that my contribution can have double the impact. Like Amit said that there's a donor who has committed that they would have a matching, to dollar for dollar matching up to $1 million of donations. So I'm going to donate. So please, our appeal is please scan the QR code on your screen, or follow the links on the show notes and donate generously. Remember, your contribution will be matched by the partner, so you have double the impact. Please share this video with your family and friends networks. Make this appeal of Amit go viral, and encourage more and more people to support TiE Singapore's effort. Do join and watch the I Breathe for India program that they are putting together on Sunday. And of course, please subscribe to Move Conversations on YouTube and click the bell icon to receive notifications of the interviews that we do. Amit, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, Venkat, for having me here. And thank you so much for amplifying this message. My appeal, once again, do what you can, and we'll make a difference together. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And for the viewers, the links to the donation is on the QR code as well as in the show notes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Amit.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us in yet another episode of Move Conversations. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Please subscribe to the Move Conversations YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get notifications of new episodes. Thank you very much. Till I see you in the next episode. Thank you very much. Have a great day.